It's good to be back with another episode of What We Wish Our Parents Knew. Francisca, what do we have this week?
I don't like the relationship we have as a family. No one really cares about anything. Not everything has to be about my academic. What about my feelings, hopes, fears, and dreams?
Okay, sounds to me like somebody is missing some family quality time. I think that is what this is about. 1, 2, also the quality of the conversations that they have when they do make out time to talk. From what I hear, their conversations as a family center around academics. Come on, parents, let's get more creative. There are a lot of other things to talk about apart from schoolwork and schoolbook. Like she said, what about her feelings? What about her dreams? What about her aspirations? What about her fears? What about your fears? What about your dreams? We can talk about so many things. I think part of the problem is, yes, we are busy, but we can help that situation by prioritizing, by spending less time on our phones. My guess is that if this is like a number of typical families, even when they do gather, everybody is sitting down holding their device and head bent, tapping away on their phones. Why can't we just decide that, you know what, today, one evening in a week or over the weekend, for a couple of hours, everybody put aside your phones and have maybe something like an open mic family day where you can talk about anything, no judgment. We put aside all our judgments, all our biases, all our preconceived notions, just set it aside and everybody just throws it. So even the parents too can say, you know, where you're tiptoeing and walking on eggshells about issues you want to discuss with your children, you set it aside. If you want, you can decide that, okay, on this particular day is this person's turn to just talk about whatever it is. Or you can say, you know what, let everybody just come, put it in a mixed bag and let's talk about it. No judgment. You know, watch this space, because very soon we're coming up with our podcast, No Offense But, and it promises to be interesting because we're going to be talking about different issues, intergenerational conversations. And that's what we should be doing. There's so much to talk about. You can go a bit intellectual, talk about artificial intelligence and the advances that are taking place. Have you spoken about the world of work and how it's changing? Because it is changing. With robots taking over everything, what are the prospects for work for your children? The careers that they even want to pursue. What does it look like? Have you spoken to them about it? You know, there's one topic that we don't like to talk about, but we must talk about it. Death. I'm not trying to be spooky or anything, but I'm saying if we really put our thinking hats on, we will find out that there's so many real and valid and vital conversations that we should be having. What happens if all of a sudden something happens? Ailment, death, financial troubles. How does the family handle it? I know a lot of us will say, God forbid. I agree. But sometimes even with that, it still happens. What happens when your child is not doing as well? Or when sickness suddenly creeps in? What happens? We honestly need to start having conversations. We need to improve the quality of our conversations. And it starts by paying attention and talking and being real. What if your child doesn't want to follow your own religious beliefs? Can they talk about it? What if they have questions? Can they ask you? Those are things we need to talk about. Parents, one of the 21st century skills that we must develop is communication. Don't say, when I'm talking, you don't talk. They had better talk, and you had better listen. In fact, truth of the matter is, as they grow older, you should do more listening than talking. There's something called reverse mentoring. What that means is that, yes, even though as parents, typically, we're supposed to mentor our children, In this age, there are a lot of things that they know, especially as regards technology and the digital space. Perhaps you can use it as an opportunity for them to teach you. You know how you're always calling them, come, Kunle, come and show me how to press this thing so that the message can go. Maybe that's what you talk about. Spend that time learning some new skills. It would help. And we talk about superior argument. Superior argument has nothing to do with age. It just has to do with information and who has the facts. So if you're talking about Snapchat, instead of you saying that snap something, what do they call it? Come here, that's how you just be wasting time. Tell me about Snapchat. How can I use it for my business? How can I use Instagram for my business? You'll be amazed at some of the things they would come up with. And then perhaps you don't even have children that are that old, the younger ones. Let them tell you about the things that are trending in their own space. Which cartoon character is it? What are they talking about? Their favorite TV program, what do they like about it? Those are some of the conversations we can have. And then maybe, just maybe, we can introduce some of those games that we used to play. Like Snakes and Ladder. Like Ludo. I know everything has gone techie. Imagine if one day we all woke up, the internet was not working, there was no electricity, no device was working worldwide. What would we do? Let's talk to them about the things we used to do. We used to have fun. How we used to have fun. Parents, there's so much to learn. So much to talk about. We must commit to spending quality time with our children. We must demand of them that they spend quality time with us. Because this phase will soon pass very fast. Let's make the best of it. And while we're doing that, let's reinforce values. Because that is what will help in guiding them to make informed choices. Till we come your way next time, please keep reinforcing values as you parent in this digital age.